Hello, this is Michael from Inward. I'm a sales recruiter and I'm here to talk to you about a hyper-automation vendor that I'm recruiting for. There are two roles here with this particular company and they differ a little bit in terms of seniority, which is why I'm including them all together, because it's very difficult really to tell what package point somebody's at purely by looking at LinkedIn. Client is a £40 million vendor, very stable sales management team. The sales leader here, I've done this for 21 years now, I've dealt with him for all of that time in the same company. They sell AI, low-code, RPA and CX, which really you would have to say is hyper-automation. And it's a very apt and clever term because when you look at those four different components that these guys sell, very often they're sold by different companies. So you'll have a low-code vendor, an AI vendor, an RPA vendor. That's great and everything, but actually if you're going through some form of digital transformation, really you need all those products and it's better if they're all in one place. These guys have got that technology roadmap absolutely spot on. There are two roles here. One, the more senior of the two, both in terms of package and role, is managing a couple of very big SIs. So if you looked at one of the SIs, my client sells to finance. They work with the finance team of the SI, but they haven't touched the retail team of the SI, the local government team of the SI, and it's to manage and open that out and work between the two sales teams. The second is a channel and an MSP role. So partially this is new partner recruit, and what this really is aiming for are those 20 to 50 million pound businesses. And really I think the strength they're going to have here is in the software dev market. It's my personal opinion, so I don't think you can you can quote me, but you can't quote the client. It's my personal opinion that the software dev market is going to be very disrupted by low code. I think if you're building apps from scratch for clients and you're not looking at low code, you are foolish. And that is going to affect you really badly. So if I'm this client selling to those companies, they can start using low code in their application build. And actually, furthermore, they could use low code in the application build, they could keep the application and then become an MSP in their own right. Now I've truncated a much bigger story into a couple of sentences there, but you get the idea. The requirement for both roles really, it's somebody who sold something relevant. So it might be low code, it might be BPM, it might be RPA, but something workflow driven. So in the olden days, when I first started, we used to call it document management. And believe it or not, in 2000, everybody wanted to sell document management. Now it's a very loose term. So if you work for a photocopier company, you're not going to be right. But if you work for one of the big Gartner vendors and you sell document management, well, actually you'll get your head around workflow and that would be fine. They're really looking for somebody who's got channel experience. Might be SI, might be direct channel, but some form of indirect experience. Vertically, it's completely open. Their clients sell into a number of different verticals, as do they. The roles, the first package is 90k basic, 180 OTE. The second package is 75 basic, 150 OTE, and there might be a little bit of movement around those 2 points, depending where you sit. If you're interested, my contact details are on the screen.